There is a growing divide between what the public experiences and what institutions acknowledge. As a standard citizen researcher, I'm not here to play doctor or offer medical prescriptions. I am here to document the mechanical reality of our environment. While many online forums suggest risky chemical soaks or untested medicines, my goal is different. I want you to understand exactly what you are dealing with and why the systems meant to protect us aren't offering the help you need. The materials we are documenting, those subvisible fibers and particulates, behave according to physical laws that the scientific community is still struggling to fully map. Research confirms that engineered nanoparticles are small enough to pass through cell membranes and enter the nucleus, potentially causing DNA breaks and oxidative stress. These aren't just dust particles. They are inhalation hazards that can travel from your lungs into secondary organs like the brain, liver, and kidneys. When we see them glowing under UV light or standing upright in our carpets, we are seeing a mechanical load that triggers inflammatory pathways in living tissue. Why is there no help? Because we are living in a regulatory blind spot. Major health organizations like the CDC and NIOSH have stated that the long-term risks of nanotechnology are not yet clearly understood. Agencies like the FDA are still trying to figure out how these particles migrate from packaging into our food. This gap in knowledge creates a vacuum where suffering is often dismissed or misclassified. By focusing on tactical management, like the capture and flush protocol, we aren't just guessing. We are taking a documented mechanical approach to reducing the environmental load in a world that refuses to look through the lens. Regulatory and legal frameworks, case-by-case approval. Agencies like the FDA do not have a separate category for nanotechnology. Instead, they regulate products based on their intended use under existing laws. Assumed safety. Many substances used at the nanoscale were previously approved at larger scales, and manufacturers often rely on those prior safety profiles. Lack of labeling mandates. In many jurisdictions, there are no specific legal requirements to label a product as containing nanotechnology if the base ingredient is already approved. The oversight is built on an outdated framework. Under the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, the FDA regulates nanotechnology products through a case-by-case review based on intended use. There is no separate category for the nanoscale. It is managed under the same laws as macroscale products. This means the unique mechanical behaviors of these subvisible materials are filtered through an administrative loophole. Manufacturers are often required to provide their own data to demonstrate safety and efficacy before a product hits the shelf. However, many of these substances were approved decades ago at larger scales, and that prior safety profile is frequently used to justify modern nano applications. Without a separate classification, the industry is essentially grading its own homework, while the infrastructure load continues to accumulate. This is why the precautionary principle is mandatory. Many health professionals are now advising a cautious approach because long-term human data on cumulative nanoparticle exposure simply does not exist. We are documenting the mechanical integration in real time, while the legal framework waits for a body count to catch up. Protect your biology. Harden your barriers.